What's poppin'? My name is Richie, and today I'm going to show you guys the 7 best combinations that I could find in the new skydome device. These will be a wide variety of ranges, and I'll also show you a few examples on how you can use them the best. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So for number 1, we have the OG Fortnite Colors, and this one is super simple to make. All you have to do, obviously you need a skydome for this one, and then all you have to change here is actually just the light source color to beige. Make the light intensity somewhere around 80 or 60. It doesn't really matter too much. This will actually just change how dark or bright it will look, not how much the color will stand out. So it doesn't matter too much actually. So the most important thing is beige here. So you can see here, if we turn this on, you get this little bit more warm look to it, which is the OG Fortnite colors. So OG Fortnite had a little bit more orange tone to it, and if you check back, you can see that original or Fortnite right now has more like a bluish tone, which is why probably a lot of people like the old one more, since it feels a little bit warmer, which I can understand. But other than that, you don't have to change a lot here. For the sky colors, it doesn't matter because Fortnite or OG Fortnite didn't have any specific color for the skies. Obviously, since there would be different things like sunrise or sunset, the sky will change. So you can do that in here as well. And for the horizon color, just do it to white and then do 0%. From OG Fortnite, we come to Blood Moon, and this one is very specific, but obviously for zombie maps and all kinds of stuff like that. The little bit more darker maps, works obviously very well. So how you can do this is, first of all, change the light source to moon. So make sure that you don't have a sun here and have a moon for the Blood Moon. Obviously makes sense. The light source color is gray to 100%. Skydome is red. Then we have gray. The skydome bottom color doesn't matter at the moment because I think it's bugged and you cannot really see it. So change it to something that could just like looks okay for that matter. Stars visibility to off. We don't want to see any stars here. The horizon fog density to 50. So we need a little bit of fog here, so otherwise we could see a little bit further, which I don't like too much here. You can see that. If you're a fan of that, you can do that as well, but I like it to 50 here. So we have a full red background. And then the horizon color is to red and orange. And that gives you this Blood Moon feeling. Really cool, really specific, but I like it. From Blood Moon, we come to Party Royale. This has nothing to do with the Party Royale game mode, but instead I just thought it was a good name for it. And this is like this pinkish gradient into blue. Really cool for like more of like happier maps, like party maps, whatever, stuff like that. It's also super easy to create. Moon on the light source, then we have silver on the light colors. This one is important because there isn't really any type of like normal color for Fortnite, so we have to go with the closest thing that we can get here. And if you put silver on and then put it to 90%, this is probably the closest that you can get to having the Fortnite lighting source here. Skydome top color, we have this purplish tone here. It's not the actual purple, but I do not want to pronounce this, so this color right here. For the middle color, we have pink. For the bottom color, as already said, this is bugged currently, or it's not working properly. But you can put whatever you want in here, and then make sure that the horizon fog color is to aqua. You can also turn on bright stars and to make sure that the fog horizon density is on default, and that will give you this nice gradient from purple to pink to blue. Looks really nice in the background, and it's more for like happier maps, and looks really happy. So for the next one, I have a little bit more different night theme here. This one also requires a camera filter in the game settings, but first of all, let's go over the skydome here. And basically what you have to do is turn everything to black that could be possibly turned into black. So just turn everything to max black here, turn the light intensity to black, everything full black, bright stars. The most important thing here is probably the horizon fog density. Put that to 50. If you put that too far, then it will just be completely black. And if you put that too low, then it will actually show too much and doesn't really look like night anymore. So make sure that you have that on a perfect 50% here, and then obviously turn also the color on black as well. The one thing which is important here is that you also change the camera filter to film noir. This will give you this like little black and white look, and which makes the night look of this entire thing a little bit more convincing. If you turn that off, it will obviously look night as well, but it's a little bit too dark for my case to actually play a game in here. And it also is, you have this little glow on the person, which I don't like. It just looks like there's some random light source somewhere, which shouldn't be there. So yeah, make sure that you have the camera filters to film noir, and it will look something like this and looks super nice for night maps, and gives you that little bit more night and dark feeling. Alright, so this next one is a very specific one, and you can basically change the intensity of this one, but I highly recommend not using it too much in your maps, or like not using it for like maps where you have to play a long time. This is more so like a special effect thing than it's an actual thing that you should be doing for the entire time. So you can see here, as soon as we turn this on, there's nothing really happening too much. It's just a black on or white on black. But there's one thing which is very important here, and that is the camera filter. If you turn that to low exposure, you will see something happen which is kind of cool looking. But I can imagine over time this is a little bit too much. And you can see here that you can get the sky glow, which is kind of intense. And you can actually turn that down if you put a few of the colors here, like for example the fog to red. And if you put a little bit more like warmer colors here, you can see that it will turn down a little bit and you can actually see a little bit more. Other than that, I think it's a very cool thing for a one-time map, or if you just want to have some special effects, some recording, some cinematic stuff like that. But for entire map, this could be a little bit too annoying. Alright, so for the last normal ones, I have a sunset. Nothing too special here, but I really like the color combination of the red and the orange here. So what you have to do is turn the light source to black, so you can have an actual like feeling that the sun is going away. Turn that to 70. The skydome top color is silver, so you can see here that is that. Doesn't really matter too much in here, but it's important, and the most important one is obviously orange for the middle color, and then since bottom doesn't work, you can put whatever you want in here, and make sure that horizon fog color is to red orange and put it to 0%. And yeah, really cool one. And let's move on to the last one. Okay, so this last one is called Disco, and in this one I want to show you guys how you can combine multiple skydome devices and make them flicker or fade into each other. So you can see here that these have like channels, so you can enable and disable them, which is very helpful, but they have a little bit of weird interaction with the enable and disable, so I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, and this is how it can look like in the end if you fade or flicker colors into each other. Can be very specific, but also is this cool effect which you can use in your maps. You can also use different effects like the new VFX device to make this happen. Alright, so how you can create this. Obviously, first of all, you need the skydome, and for this one, it's nothing really special in here. The one thing which is very important is, first of all, you have to disable them all from the game start, so make sure that they're like to none here in the enable during phase, to none, and that you have consistency over each device. So the colors doesn't matter, but the one thing which is important is the intensity and the fog density. So you have to put that on the same level on all devices. So if you have 0 on the one device, then make sure that all of the other devices have 0 as well. This just makes sure that the transition looks a little bit cleaner, and it just looks not that cut off. So for the channels to enable and disable them, what you have to do is put in different channels. Obviously for enable and disable, I like to do like 1 in 11 and 2 in 12 to make it a little bit more consistent throughout the whole thing, so I can easily remember them if I have to change them. For the actual triggers and stuff that you need a music sequencer or sequencer and trigger devices. How the enable and disable for this device works is a little bit weird and not like any other device, because they actually override themselves, but only once. So for example, if I let the run that through without disabling them, it would actually work until the last trigger device, and then on the last trigger device it would stay the same sky for the entirety of the loop, which we don't want obviously. So we have to disable at one point. And what we can do here is we can just put them like normal, so you can see here this is the first sky, second sky, third sky, and so on. But after the first sky, we want to disable all the other skies. So as soon as the first sky gets triggered, all of the other skies get disabled, and then it runs the loop. Then we come to the first one again. This one will activate, and then it will disable all the others, and it can run easily. So you can see that here, that if we turn this on right now. Alright, so, and if we jump on here, you can see that the first guy gets enabled, then all of the others get disabled, fourth, fifth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And it works perfectly fine and works as intended and looks really nice. Alright, and this is what it would look like if I would not disable them after the first device. And you can see it works perfectly fine for the first one. So for the first run it works, and after that it will get stuck at the last one, which we obviously don't want. So make sure that you disable them after the first got triggered, and you should be good to go. Alright, and that's it with the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you could learn something. And with that being said, I'll see you guys back in the next one. Bye.